Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Katia, and we're here doing yoga and mindfulness in schools. So today we're going to talk a little about the brain and what's happening in the brain when we're practicing mindfulness and how this helps our brain. Remember last time we talked about mindfulness means that we're really paying attention to right here, and we're looking for that monkey mind that jumps all around from one thing to the next and is never really present. And so we're looking for that happy panda mind. So let's talk about what's going on in the brain as we are looking at these different ways of being present versus being triggered. So here's a picture of the brain. I love the brain. It's so cool. And so when the brain is triggered, or when there's a loud sound, or any sort of stimulation in your environment, the first part of the brain to light up is the amygdala. So that's these two pink parts here. They're kind of an almond shaped, kind of bubblegum pink. And that is like our fight flight response. So it is very helpful if there's a fire. Our brain just tells us to run. It doesn't think about, oh, maybe I should run because there's a fire, right? It just is that automatic reaction in the brain. Okay, so sometimes if we're having an argument with someone, that part of the brain can be triggered, and it's going to trigger that fight flight response. So sometimes you may notice that some people, like maybe your brothers and sisters or friends, or when you're having an argument with someone, that fight can come in, and you just want to fight with that person and say, no, I'm right, I'm right. Some people might run away. They might not want to fight. That's the flight part. So it's not very helpful in problem solving, because that amygdala, do you want to say that with me? Amygdala, it's a very big word. If that part of the brain is online, then if it's the one in charge, then we're not able to access this front part of the brain. Do you see the face here with the nose? This is the front part of the brain, this blue part. And that is called our prefrontal cortex. Want to say it with me? Prefrontal cortex. Sometimes we call it PFC. So that's the part of the brain that does the thinking and the problem solving, and is super important. And it actually helps us to store memories in this green part. That green part's called the hippocampus. Let's say that one, hippocampus. So it's like our scrapbook back there, storing our memories. And so I like to think about the amygdala, the pink part, as our guard dog. Okay, so like if any of you have a guard dog or have a dog at home, if someone knocks on the door or there's a loud noise, what does the dog do? Barks usually, or growls, or like runs to the door. It wants to protect us, right? Or maybe protect itself. And that's the same way the brain works. This amygdala or guard dog wants to protect us and keep us safe. Which again, isn't always helpful if we want to access this blue part, the PFC. So I like to think about the blue part as our wise old owl. And that owl in our brain up here helps us make good choices and helps us problem solve. So we need to calm the guard dog so that the wise old owl can come out. Okay, make sense? All right, so how do we calm that guard dog? Lots of ways, right? We can go for a walk. Feel free to pause me and talk about different ways. We can listen to music, we can draw, we can do art. Wonderful thing, dance, sports, go for a run. But we're not always able to do those things, especially when we're in the classroom, or if we're having a conversation with a parent or a sibling and they want to talk right then, and you're not able to take a break from that situation. We can practice mindfulness. Okay, so lots of different ways to practice. And so kind of to start our practice today, we're going to do that mindful minute thing that we did last time. And this time we're going to focus on belly breathing while we do it. And this is my Hoberman sphere. And it goes like this. When we inhale, I'm going to make it bigger, nice and slow, inhaling. And then on the exhale, I make it smaller so that it kind of helps us imagine what we're doing with our breath. And since we're practicing belly breath, we're going to invite that breath deep in the belly, okay? So notice if you're kind of breathing up here, like that, see if we can send it low in the belly. You might even put a hand on your belly and see if you can feel your belly go out with your in-breath and go in with your out-breath. Okay, so we're going to practice a few of these with my sphere here, and then I'm going to ding the bowl and we're going to do it with that, okay? So let's do a couple more. Inhaling nice and slow. Exhaling nice and slow. Feel free to, if your breath is different, follow your breath. Yeah, another one, nice and slow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Nice work. And you can do breathe in and out through your nose, whatever is most comfortable for you. We're just learning here. All right, so I'm going to ding the bowl and we're going to get started with our mindful minute, okay? So I'm watching my clock and I'm going to have us practice this mindfulness for 1 minute, and I'm going to see if we can work up together in the next week, okay? There we go. Let's get started. So getting comfortable, finding your space. Maybe we close our eyes. Maybe not. Maybe we just let those eyes be soft, letting the little muscles around the eyes relax. Maybe we're looking around the room, connecting our bodies to the space around us. Maybe we notice our feet on the floor or whatever we're sitting on. Notice if you can feel that. Maybe even kind of rock back and forth. And then let's do 3 belly breaths together. Follow your breath. It might be slower or faster than mine. Coming to stillness. I'm going to put one hand on my back and one hand on the front. See if I can feel my breath expand like a balloon in all directions. Exhaling to begin. Let's do this together. Inhaling. Exhaling when you're ready. Inhaling when you're ready. Exhaling, let all of your breath out all the way. One more together. Nice big inhale and then exhale, slowly letting it go. Nice work, everyone. How did it go? Is it hard to stay focused on your breath? Some yes, some no. Okay, so it's okay. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. You know, our practice is our very own, and we just offer ourselves kindness and gentleness for however it's going. For some of us, it might be hard, like really hard and frustrating and not feel good. And that's okay. Just know that you're not alone. And the more we practice, the easier it gets. Okay. So from here, we're going to do turtle for our yoga shape today. Okay. So let's come to the floor. And so for when we're doing our yoga shapes, again, it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. So you listen to your body, and if something hurts, back out, come out a little bit and find somewhere that feels good, like a stretch, but not causing pain, okay? So for turtle, we have our legs out in front of us. The soles of the feet, the bottoms of the feet are pointed towards each other, kind of like butterfly. Imagine some of you have done butterfly before, those butterfly legs. But instead of our feet being close to our body, we're going to push them away a bit so that we can get our turtle flippers, our hands, and we can bring them inside the legs and flip, 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 flip. Yeah? Nice work. Okay, then we're going to take those turtle flippers and slide them, our hands, under our legs. Okay, did you see that? I came down to the floor inside my legs, and then I slide under. Maybe this is as far as I go today, okay? And I'm just kind of sitting up tall, and that is a great place to be. If all this feels okay and you feel like you can go down a little more, then feel free to slide your hands under the legs a little bit more, and then we'll come all the way down and we let that head hang forward. Remember, you don't have to come down as low as me. Just whatever feels good for you, okay? And then we're going to see if we can do that belly breath again. Nice, big, slow breath. Inhaling when you're ready. Exhaling when you're ready. Letting that whole breath go out. Just following your breath there. Breathing nice and slow. Turtle is a wonderful shape. If we're ever feeling like a little unsafe, we can go to our turtle shape and imagine that we have this big hard shell on our backs, just like a turtle, protecting us, keeping us safe, finding our breath. When we bring that breath in nice and big and bring in a lot of air, we're bringing in oxygen, which is so good and nourishing for our bodies. And when we exhale nice and slow and a big long exhale, that sends a message to our brain that we're safe. When you're ready, slowly coming all the way up. All right. So for our rest today, we are going to grab a toy if you have one nearby. This is my little squishy guy with crazy green hair. So I'm going to use this. You could use like a little eye pillow or weight bag, something that has weight. I'm probably going to use both because this little guy isn't very heavy. We want something to put onto our belly so that we can feel our belly rise and fall when we're resting, okay? So you can use a pillow or a toy. Feel free to pause me and go find something, okay? And then meet me on the floor on our backs if that feels okay today, okay? All right, we're gonna come all the way down to the floor onto our backs. And then putting our toy or pillow or blanket rolled up, whatever we have there, onto our bellies. And let's give it a little, just gonna tap it, feel it. Okay, resting however you like. Wee little guy rolled off. Come back here, little guy. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get that breath deep in our bellies as we lay here and just rest. So when we inhale, see if you can raise your toy or your pillow, whatever you have on your belly. See if you can get it to rise up with that inhale. On the exhale, slowly releasing every last whisper of air. So it's like your toy or whatever's on your belly is on like a little bit of a ride, maybe a roller coaster going up on the inhale and down on the exhale. Maybe one more breath there. Just resting. Maybe we let go of the focus on the belly there and just inviting the head and the heart to relax and get heavy. The arms get heavy, the hands getting so heavy we can barely lift them. The legs get heavy, the feet. Inviting the whole body to relax. Gently beginning to wake the body back up. We might stretch our arms up overhead for a full, good morning stretch, lengthening from fingertips to toes, or maybe we hug those knees into the belly and eventually roll over to one side, coming all the way up to sit. And ending our practice today by saying thank you I'm really grateful that you are all here to practice with me today. And I wish you all well. Thank you so much. Today, let's use Spanish to say thank you, which is gracias. Thank you so much, everyone. Gracias. I wish you all well.